Question, educate yourself. Oh, save me.
Plainfield's favorite tandem.
Glad they didn't see me.
I'll make sure to point you out to them.
What?
This guy, right here.
Johnny, what are you doing?
What a match this is going to be. And certainly Doug Summers had some very aggressive words for Rocco Abruzzi, who is not in attendance this evening.
Can you imagine that? Imagine going to your sister's-in-law's first communion and missing an epic opportunity here to kick the snot of pride. Oh dear, Rocco Abruzzi.
You know, it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Rocco Abruzzi felt the need to take care of some family business. That was definitely an admirable quality. Now the Irish icon, Clip O'Reilly, going to start things off here with Brian News.
Now let's all hope that Clip O'Reilly or Doug Summers just magically break Brian Nunes or Dan Face's arms.
Shoulder tackle by News. By O'Reilly, who misses the elbow drop. Good wrestling by O'Reilly. As he goes behind in the hammerlock, he's snapped over for his trouble. Side headlock takeover, and now one half of Pride, one count there, one half of Pride in control.
Clip O'Reilly's been really working on his wrestling craft right now. Unfortunately, a disadvantage right here is Brian Nunes has him the side headlock, but see, Clip O'Reilly gets out of it.
Head scissors by O'Reilly, putting a lot of torque, a lot of pressure on the neck of Brian Nunes. Brian able to wrestle his way out and grabs the headlock. Much to the chagrin of the Doctor of Deception, Doug Summers. Tag off to Dan Freitas. Double Irish whip. Kick to the midsection. Driven right into the knee. And a neck breaker. 1, 2. Dan Freitas complaining about the cadence of the count. I don't see the reason for that quite this early. Chin crusher by O'Reilly and a tag off to Doug Summers.
Beautiful counter right there. Clip O'Reilly, after Pride just hit him with a spectacular double team move, Clip O'Reilly used his own noggin, his own hard head to get out of that, but Dan Freitas is unfortunately strong enough to gain control back from Doug Summers. This is illegal.
They have a count of 5. And Freitas was out by 5. 1, 2. Like you've never broken a rule in your life. Anyway,
I don't cheat.
Trip and Brian Nunes pulled to the outside. Doug Summers sees Nunes coming back in and dropping a series of elbows.
Beautiful tag team wrestling there by Doug Summers and Clip O'Reilly. Take the advantage. Now they got to keep Brian Nunes in their corner.
You know, I talked to Doug Summers earlier today. He said himself and Clip are the meat. 1, 2, the meat of the unit, and he considers Rocco just the Brussels sprouts.
You see that beautiful Northern Light suplex by Clip O'Reilly right there. His head so hard, he dig deeper on the suplex and land more on his head, take some punishment himself, but hold Brian Nunes hard enough where it keeps Brian Nunes pinned for a 2 count.
And now Doug Summers, who's never been above cheating. Flip O'Reilly now on the floor, and Dan Freitas has had enough. Dan Tanaka,
but he's costing his own partner punishment right here. By coming into the ring like that, it allows Flip O'Reilly and Doug Summers to lay the boots to Brian Nunes.
You are correct, it does allow them to gain an illegal advantage. Hard shot by Nunes. Second one, third one. Summers with a knee to the midsection. And it gets the job done as far as getting D-Unit back in control. Good tags by the 2/3 of D-Unit that are in attendance tonight. What are they going for here? Double suplex. No! Slingshot style. And what is that? Flip O'Reilly using his own partner. 1, 2. Dan Freitas again having enough, comes in, breaks up the pin attempt.
Beautiful tag team wrestling right there. I am impressed by this 2/3 part of D-Unit, Flip O'Reilly and Doug Summers right here. Beautiful tag team wrestling.
Well, certainly the continuity in that team is more so than we've seen in recent months. And notice, O'Reilly and Summers keeping the ring cut off on Brian Nunes. Irish whipping his own partner. Nunes out of the way. And a drop to hold right into the lower abdominal region of Flip O'Reilly.
It's not fair to Flip O'Reilly. Doug Summers slipped, and that cheater, Brian Nunes, tripped him up.
Clothesline. Freitas going all the way back to left field for those.
D-Unit's got to bail. They got to get out of the ring. They got to catch a breather. Dan Freitas is too fresh right now.
Freitas again with that single leg drop kick. Oh no. This could be it. And it is. Wow. Doug
Flip
Summers.
O'Reilly's still there. Flip O'Reilly's got to get out of there. I've been victim of this. Poke his eyes out, Flip. Poke his eyes out.
High cross body from the top. 1, 2, and 3.
What a victory by Pride right there.
That's a victory for Pride to be proud of. No pun intended there.